Now time for KittenouSbeast gaming videos for cats and their people. KatzeLande Prime episode 12. Uh, so we're going to continue our quest up towards space while doing some creature comfort improvements with our uh, base's central tunnel upwards. Uh, so let's keep working on it and see if we can get a little bit closer to space this episode. So, we successfully managed some hazards here. Give myself a little pat on the back. Uh, I closed off this steam vent fast enough before it could become a real danger to the colony or impede my progress up. Um, Dealt with this massive polluted water reservoir that was overhead and moved it over to a controlled area. And now I'm going to continue to pierce upwards. We'll manage this little water pocket here and approach our first real chance at the iron corrosive biome. The chlorine gas, and hydrogen, and the little Drecos. Nice. We'll be able to get some Drecos. That'll be helpful. But we have to make our way up there first. So we'll get there. Uh, Our guys are really good at working together, so no big deal. Last time I kind of carved my ladder a little too high. I need to spread this polluted water out over this set of tiles to mop it up. So I gotta replace this tile I broke. Alright, great. So we can break all these tiles. Feel confident about our plan on that. Speaking of creature comforts, it might be a good idea to see if I can get some showers set up. I think my duplicants might like to have the opportunity at getting clean. Um, so, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I am going to put the showers maybe down here. I might break up these farms and put the showers in this little chamber here. As good a place as any, centrally located in the base. Not too far away from the beds or from where they eat, so that's probably a good spot. Let's just double check my food production here. So each mushroom set of 3 counts for 1 dupe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 dupes. We've got 6 dupes, so we're pretty good on food. We should stay pretty stable with just fried mushrooms alone. So I'm going to go ahead and just terminate this top one so I can build my showers down here. Just checking my layers. I only... Perfect. Alright, print somebody. This ranching skill is appealing to me, but... Oh, they've got the lover effect too, so that would help. Doctoring cooking, but they're biohazardous and small bladder. Small bladder is not that bad to deal with. Um, this Catalina is tempting, but just needed a little bit more in terms of the ranching. So we'll skip that. And these other 2 guys, I'm not that appealed by those. We'll just do the seeds. Great. We do have skills to spend. Let's see if we can spend any. So we got Ari over here, and now you'll notice we've got way more space with our duplicants. If they're passing through that chamber, picking up that +6 morale bonus, it's meaning we've got more space for skills, which means our guys will work better. So that's great. Um, with my friend Ari here, we probably want to lean into just completing this strength training maybe. Get that little simple one. Hassan. Hmm. Yeah, let's work towards the perk of plumbing. Let's update your hat. You should really have a cooler hat, like grilling too, yeah. And Ari's hat is plumber hat. That's pretty cool. We'll leave that on. Lindsay. Wow, we could get hazmat digging. Not really sure if we need that at this point. So let's go with improved carrying 2. And Ruby, yeah, Ruby. It's an all-star. We should get the materials research science. Nice. Okay, so we're all set. Taking advantage of our automatic nature reserve perk. As long as they go through this door, they're going to get that perk. Totally awesome. Maybe we can get a few more thimble reads out of the deal too if we play our cards right. So let's upread these 2. I really want to get the most out of this little stretch of thimble reads, so let's play the game to win. Okay, so for showers, which we'll put in shortly, we need pretty tall space, so that's going to work out nicely. And I'm thinking maybe 4 showers would be good. So let's put those in. It's going to be really utilitarian. I'm not going to try and do too much decoration on this, but now that I think about it, I do want lights. So I might even deal with this ventilation, little bits and bobs, and rebuild that. So I'm going to rip that up, and let's start framing this out a little bit. So we'll do maybe our pneumatic door with some airflow tiles here. And then we'll do oh, these mealwood plants are going to be in the way of this build. Yeah, let's just get rid of all the mealwood. It's totally fine. Right, we'll get there. Alright, this gives us a much nicer frame to work with. At some point we might want to do some decoration in here or something, so I'm certainly going to want some lamps involved with the shower operation just so it goes faster. So that's what prompted me to do the full on rebuild here. Because if we build this sort of as optimally as possible, so to speak, that's really going to give us an immediate benefit. So I'm going to go ahead and plant down a lamp. Just do our basic lamp here with the duplicate sensor, some wiring. Okay, and we'll put the other lamp on the other side. Same deal with the automation sensor. Fabulous. Okay, so there's some lighting for the showers. Again, we're going to probably build another side over here that we can get access to. I may even wind up extending that ladder down. Now I know there were sanitation concerns, so I do have to be mindful of that sanitation issue. So maybe we'll hold off on that, but there's might be an option at some point to do that. Like for instance, I could put sanitation here and move these storage bins so that I can have that ladder down. Okay, so I am going to move this ladder over for sure. That'll be nice to have 2 additional spots for oxyferns. Though we have plenty of more spots over here, so if we ever get more oxyferns, we're going to be set. Alright. This, yeah. Get that wiring in the correct spots. Making good progress here. Okay, so just doing my thing over here with the wiring and automation, but we also have to take care of the plumbing. So we do have this stream of water that comes off of this water sieve. So we're going to just pull more of that water out of the system. So I'm thinking I might go down this way and just kind of water it, plumb it that way. So let's go ahead and continue to use that insulated pipe. I'll even, just in case I ever need to rebuild this, use a water bridge. So I can disconnect the system here and let the water drain out and then unbuild it and rebuild it if I need to. It's just smart to do it that way. And then plug all these guys into the fresh water. Great. And then I need to return the water back to the sieve to produce more. The showers work very similar to the other mechanics in that, you know, you've got this sort of one-to-one. The water that goes in is the water that comes out, so you're never really losing water from the system. And there might be some minuscule gain that you get, but it's not significant. So, all right. So if we go ahead and just dump this back into the system, pop it over. That's annoying. I might go up and through that little hook. Then pop it up. Now this is going to spend a ton of igneous rock material. Just taking a quick peek, like we were at 80, we've spent about 30,000. So it's expensive to use the insulated pipes, but honestly, it's totally worth it to control the heat and keep the temperature down while you're doing these kinds of water recycling operations. As I said earlier, this will eventually kind of like naturally get to 40 degrees. And so if you are using insulated pipes in the interior of your base, you don't have to worry about any kinds of issues with the water there. Alright, did we get another thimbleweed? Yep. So we're making good progress on this thimbleweed farm again. And I'm thinking about what mistake I might have made. I think when I did the deconstruct task on those ladders, I may have accidentally dug up all the thimbleweeds. Uh-oh, who's starving? What? Give me a break, Hassan. Go get something to eat. Right. Okay, so this water has all spread out. We should be able to mop it up. Go ahead and enable auto harvest on these thimbleweed plants. Might as well get their benefits while they're still in their natural state. Not sure how many of these will actually make it once I do that build up, but it's good to see that we've gotten the area sort of under control with the gases here. I was a little bit worried about the high pressure of the polluted oxygen, but I think expanding the tunnel at the time that I did, along with uncapping that, allowed the pressure to be sort of safely dispersed. So, alright, we're almost finished with our little farm. We just want to have a nice little thimbleweed farm going this whole time. That's what I want. Nice. Almost done, and then we'll put our pips away. Little rascals. Yeah, they're in a hurry to get out of here too. They're hungry. So, we did it. Fixed the mistake that I inflicted upon myself with that misclick with the deconstruct task. And we'll put our pips back to bed. Alright, so we'll just make sure that they're gonna head right back over here. And look at all these shine bugs. This is ridiculous. I'm actually curious how much radiation they produce. Not too much. Maybe there's a different variety that produces more radiation? That's probably the case, right? So with this thing being fully plumbed, as soon as they build it, it'll be functional, and we should see an increase in duplicant morale as a result. Right, can uncap this. Oh, I never rebuilt my plumbing bottle emptier for polluted water. That's why this polluted water is still sitting there. So we'll fix that real fast. Alright, so we'll put our polluted water into this reservoir with a priority of 6, so it's taken care of. Okay, awesome. Let's keep our climb going. We do need to process some of that nasty polluted oxygen again, so we'll throw a deodorizer up here. It's been deodorizers aplenty. It's the safest way to move things forward. In the meantime, now that I've cracked this and I can pierce through, it's time to deal with this water. So I do want to kind of slide it off to the side here. So I don't want it going into this chamber. So I'm going to start to kind of have it noodle its way down here. So we are going to destroy that one thimbleweed, but you know, we've done a good job at replacing them, haven't we? We'll just make sure that this is sufficient for that water. And that should draw all that water off and into this little reservoir here. So, we should be again back at full pressure with this water in a little bit, especially with that sudden infusion of polluted water from the pump down here. So we should be all right. We might have even had some plumbing issues with water being diverted over to the showers. But like now my duplicants are going to be able to get nice and clean. It's going to be great. In fact, having them get dunked into the water or step in the water gives them that sopping feet disadvantage. And when they have the showered attribute, where is that? Who just took a shower? One of these dudes did. No. Lost them. No telling where those little rascals got off to, huh? But anyways, if they take a shower, it helps their morale. It's good. It's good for everybody. I guess that does kind of stink. It's on the wrong side of this pump. So they have to walk in the water once they dump it off. Think about that one. Look at that thing roar. It's 100 degrees in there. They fry my guys alive. It's terrible. Almost successfully diverted that water off. Once it's fully away, we'll cap it up. Fabulous. That little slime storage bin really came in handy with managing some of that slime. You can see we don't really have any massive outbreak of slime germs. There's a little bit of germs on the ladder here, but those will eventually decay in time. So, and with them having access to these sanitation systems, we usually should be okay. Alright, so we're making pretty good progress on that tunnel up now. Defeated a few more challenges, we can continue to extend it up. Challenges here, just a couple of poorly placed structures, and you know, I think I built this, who knows why I built that. But we can deconstruct these buildings so that we can continue that pattern of a ladder with a fire pole beside it. Again, an example of another deodorizer that was just built only to deal with a very temporary pocket of polluted gas. Now that that's gone, it's unlikely that there'll be more polluted gas getting up here, so we can safely destroy it and rebuild it if we need of one tile over. Right. Another pocket of polluted water. How annoying. So in order for me to accommodate this particular pocket, I'll just bank on my reservoir over here. Maybe we'll break the blocks here. It'll pour down, splash, pour down, go into this reservoir here. In order to make sure that that's exactly what happens, I'm going to go ahead and break off a couple of tiles here so that when it does splash down, it does go down into the reservoir where I want it to go. So mesh tiles there. We'll be able to cut into this over here, spill the water down into this polluted reservoir as intended. Gonna get that fire pole going. How are we doing down here? Okay, so we did successfully divert most of the polluted water off, so that's good. We can continue to dig down here, and we've got these polluted dirt piles, which we should harvest. So we'll continue our little probe down into this swamp biome. It will divert a little bit of our workforce off, but that's okay. There's not a lot of high priority stuff happening here. This is mostly just sort of some very drudgery, basic kind of work. Turns out most of these symbol reads we're going to get the axe. We built this tunnel anyways. So, oh, we've got some printables. Ooh, where'd these slug eggs come from? Oh, I got those a while back. I think I was thinking about building a slug plug farm somewhere around here. With these little cobalt ore pieces available, I could perhaps build the farm right in here. Just have a few of these natural cobalt ores incorporated into the walls, and that would allow for the slugs to, I think they'd live naturally for like forever. As long as you've got some natural ore, they'll kind of feed on it, and that's what allows them to stay wild but not die. So they'd be hungry all the time, but they'd never really starve. That might be a good option, especially because I've already hollowed this out. So I might be going that route. This. The only problem is I'd have to get my generator heavy watt wire all the way over there. That's a long way. That'd be pretty expensive. But if I had a tunnel under here, it wouldn't be impossible. Just trying to think this one through. Well, those little slugs can pop out wherever. Again, nothing really fabulous. And here we're going to risk it with shine nymph eggs again. My arch nemesis are those shine nymphs. Okay, so keep building. Don't give up, guys. We're getting there. Might need to put a polluted oxygen filter deodorizer right here just to handle some. The gas seems to be naturally going up, collecting here, so I could just process it when it hits there. So I'll go ahead and stick one up there. Have to run a wire up, but that's not that big of a deal. And while I'm at it, I may go ahead and just throw blood tiles and a deodorizer in the middle. Yep. Okay, that should be fine. We'll let him finish that project. Actually, yeah, we'll let him finish that and then we'll really want to see if this will work out like I think it will. Fabulous. Kind of see that my planning here did pay off. Polluted water drained off successfully into the tank with the least amount of annoyance possible. That's great. Very, very nice. It'll be a little while. I might even just pull that tile off just to, 'cause there's a very insignificant amount of liquid here. It's like in grams. It's slowly just draining out. And we'll assign the mopping areas. Yeah. Great. Well handled, I think, that fluid. So, as long as these guys mop up the leftover bits, we should be good to go. And we've nearly made it. Been a little bit of a journey down, but look, we're on the level. We can actually get to this and explore it, find out what it actually is going to be once they dig through those remaining tiles. Nice. So with those deodorizers up, we should take care of the rest of that lingering polluted oxygen and turn this into a nice, well, there's still some pockets of polluted oxygen and carbon dioxide hanging around, but this is pretty much very nice. And, you know, we can continue to extend the ventilation system up so this area can have a nice constant pressure as well. So I may as well go ahead and do that just to finish my conquest of this spot of the map. I mean, that's essentially what this amounts to, is every time you breach a biome and take command of the resources therein, you're basically conquering it. So, it's part of the fun of the game, I think. We still have this little bit of lingering liquid here, so it's like in grams. It should not spread or be too annoying. So again, we're just going to go ahead and just punch right through. Keep the party going. Oh man, look at all these shine bugs. This is ridiculous. And they're cramped now because of all the darn shine bugs. So let's go ahead and add eggs to this. And we're going to just make sure that those shine bugs just go away. So we'll do critter egg, shine nymph egg. Goodbye, shine bugs. They'll eventually die out. Idleness. And some of that liquid did spill, so now we've got to take care of it. Lines up in weird little places and you gotta mop it up. Great. You can imagine how big of a pain it would be if that was a large quantity of liquid. That'd be really annoying. Oh, speaking of germs, look, we've conquered it. At long last, the germs have all died off. I stopped paying attention and they all died. Classic. So, now that the germs are all gone, we can take advantage of this space. And that is exactly what we're going to do next episode. So, you've noticed us climbing up. That's great. We want to get to space. That's the plan. Um, so it's going to take us a while to climb up, but when we get to space, we're going to need a load of power. Like a load of power. Way more than this generator can provide by itself. So now that we've finally sterilized this horrible germ problem, um, we can actually move ahead. Uh, Notice this natural gas geyser is still going. It's overpressure. I don't know if it ever went dormant. So we're still waiting on this to go dormant. So next episode, when we look at this part of the base that's now sterile, we'll go ahead and head down here and start to manage these resources in the way that we want. Um, this is a large quantity of space, and that's perfect for the technology we're going to put in place. We're going to set up a natural gas power plant um, right in this zone, and that's going to allow us to reorganize a few things and maybe even make a slug plug farm while we're working on it. Look at that, another metal volcano. Oh man. So here we've got a copper volcano that we have to manage. Wow, this is pretty, two volcanoes right next to each other. It's going to produce a load of heat. And I'm now very curious what's over here in this last one. Maybe we'll be able to get to that next episode also. Probably do that pretty easily just by drilling down into this, you know, taking out this column or two and allowing this water to all drain into this reservoir down here. So there'll be some nice movement pieces happening. We kind of stalled out breaking through these barriers. But look, there's not a whole lot of barriers in our way once we get up here. May have to do a little bit of gas management, but I think we'll be able to handle that pretty easily, especially with our ventilation system behind us. So I'm optimistic. I'm very pleased with the colony so far. We're doing making some pretty nice moves. Certainly not perfect or flawless, but it's been quite quite an adventure so far with the colony. So, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and hope your cat enjoyed it too if you have one. So, until next time, we'll be seeing you.